there everyone, Cereal Simmer here. Today I am going to be doing a pretty fun speed build. This speed build is going to be what I'm calling the Ultimate 7 Infant Challenge House. And ultimate basically just because I had this great idea that I was going to make this one really large room with sort of small like 2x2 nooks for the infant cribs so that they wouldn't wake each other up. I have recently been playing the 100 Baby Challenge on my channel. If you are interested in things like that, you should definitely go check that out. I will link a playlist. But in that challenge, I have realized how obnoxious it is to have your Sims constantly waking each other up, especially your infants and newborns and toddlers, always constantly waking each other up. So I had this idea one night that I would build that I would do the 7 infant challenge and that I would build a house for it, because as fun as it sounds to make a house that would just sort of have one giant room for all of the infants in it. I have watched a few of like the infant challenges and that doesn't seem to work that well for anyone. They're constantly getting woken up by each other. And you know, chaos is part of the challenge, but I think sort of finding ways to solve the chaos a little bit, also part of the challenge. And so this was kind of my solution, this one bedroom here. And you'll see that I did start out with these 2x3 rooms, and now we are reducing it to these 2x2 rooms. And I'm kind of bringing the building in here and just trying to figure out the floor plan. I know that I want to have at least one changing table in there, but I also know we're only going to have one caregiver. So we won't really need more than at least one changing table at a time. So we're going to go ahead and work on that here really soon, but I'm kind of looking at it and trying to figure out how do I make the exterior shape of this house look halfway decent. I do like where we end up in the end with this house, but it does take me a little while to get there. I had kind of sketched out on some notebook paper like the idea of this house and kind of where I wanted like the living room and stuff to be, just in like functional purposes. I knew that I wanted the caregiver's bed to be very close to the nursery, we can call it the nursery, the infant room. I knew I wanted it to be super close and to have a couple doors going in and out of it so that the flow was really good. There are lots of ways to get into the room so that it would be quick if I was in my bedroom to get into the infant room. So you'll see there are 2 access points to this room. And then also this kind of main bathroom right there in the middle between the caregiver room and the infant nursery. So yeah, and this house was kind of an interesting one to build. It was really fun, but it was really interesting to build because I needed the house to be big enough that it could be functional, that I could have infants laying on the ground, that routing would be easy for gameplay. But also I needed things to be small enough that I could get from one place to another quickly. So yeah, speaking of being small enough to get from one place to another quickly, I do end up shrinking the caregiver's room here in just a second. And then we're kind of making like a little bit of a hallway section right in front of the bathroom there. That's where a bunch of doors are going to go in that section. And then and kind of the layout that I had in my head that I had drawn out on like a piece of paper, there was like a big infant play area, I guess is what you would call it. Yeah. So we're doing that right now, putting a baby gate up. And then we're going to go ahead and kind of lay out the kitchen, sort of just get an idea for how that's going to work. Like I said, I did have like an imagined design going into this. So I think that helped me build this a lot quicker. I was actually trying to build this pretty quickly today. So there was a couple edits that I had to make after posting this, and taking these lights out and replacing with the smaller saucer lights was part of the edits that I had to make at the end of the video. You'll see that those saucer lights are still there. Don't worry. I take them out, I replace them with the smaller saucer lights so that those big ones aren't in your vision when you are trying to play. And then here I am just kind of, like I said, this is all just like placeholder furniture. I think I do try to use the stove and the fridge, but that doesn't even end up working out in the end. I was thinking about maybe going for some kind of a green theme with this house, kind of keeping things colorful, but then sort of using green as like a neutral color. So yeah, those green doors pretty much totally go away. I did try the, I think Dream Home Decorator doors, or maybe Tiny Living. I think it's Tiny Living is the pack that they come with. I tried those like really white doors with just like those 3 kind of neutral lines on the top of them. I tried those, and then I ended up deciding to go with mostly like a base game, growing together, and seasons theme for this house. It ends up being sort of a craftsman style house. I wasn't like crazy concerned with what aesthetic I wanted the outside of the house to be. But because craftsman style is sort of what comes with seasons and growing together. That ended up being the sort of look that came out with this house, but it wasn't, like super intentional. I wasn't going into this thinking I'm going to make a craftsman style 7 infant house. I was really just thinking, what do I need for these 7 infants? How can I make gameplay more functional, more easy? What can I do in the house to kind of solve problems that you have in the 7 infant challenge? And like I said before, my main problem that I was trying to solve was having them wake each other up. So that is what the kind of nooks in that room do behind those doors. But also like just having this one L-shaped kitchen with a smaller dining table, because the infants aren't going to be using the dining table. I really could have even done a small dining table. And if during the challenge that is really obnoxious, I'm going to just delete the dining table. So then right here, we are putting in this stereo in the caregiver's bedroom. That stereo gives you fun level 9, which stats I just thought were insane. I believe that comes with the Get Famous pack. If I am wrong, please correct me in the comments below and let me know what pack that comes from. But I was like blown away with how much fun you can get from that. I think that's higher than the TV. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure when I was kind of doing this build, I was looking at those stats and being really surprised by that. So I thought, if the caregiver does have a second to be in their room, that would be a really useful item, at least more useful than the dresser for sure. So we are going to go ahead and add in some parenthood wallpaper here. Again, using another pack. I think for most of the building though, you really will only need base game, seasons, and growing together. But I do use other packs. Some even my first pet stuff, guys, but the bay window thing was kind of the main piece that I used from that pack, and that also has a bay window that comes with cats and dogs. So if you have that pack, you should pretty easily be able to replace that bay window seat right there. I just thought that would be nice to have in the infant area if they do happen to get to doing some milestones, and they would have a couch in that area specifically to pull themselves up on. I believe that they have to have some kind of couch to do that on. I don't think they can even do it on just like a regular chair. Once again, correct me in the comments below if I am wrong about that, but from my experience, that's where they always have that milestone, is on a couch. So yeah, just playing with wallpaper still. I'm kind of trying to get some more fun wallpaper in here. I went with that really fun carpet in the infant play area, and then I end up taking that rug out because I feel like the carpet is so much by itself, and that a rug would just kind of like get in the way. I feel like that carpet is almost like a giant rug in and of itself. So I went ahead and did that. And then I'm adding an archway, just this spandrel from Seasons into this section so that I can kind of add another baby gate area. Just in case my infants were over here, I didn't want them to scoot up into the entryway. So I thought, oh, well, let's just do another sort of baby gate section here. So yeah, doing that and just kind of trying to match it to the existing stuff. I feel like the red in the middle of the actual gate itself doesn't actually match the gate on the fence, but maybe that's just my monitor. I don't know. If that appears that way for you guys too, I'm sorry. That's the best that I could do. You can definitely change that if it bugs you. So yeah, then we're just kind of figuring out little details here. Do we want an extra column on the side of the spandrel? Do we not? And then getting into the roofing here. Roofing this house was honestly a dream, and I did very purposely build this house like stupid, easy shape so that I wouldn't have to mess with the roofing too much. I just wasn't interested in doing that today. So I just go ahead and pop on like pretty much the easiest roofs and then add almost like the chunkiest roof trim, like the second chunkiest one. And here we are just picking out the color of the house. I was initially going to go with white, but that was just too little for me. For such a fun and crazy challenge, I felt like we needed something way more fun than just white. It just looked too bland. So we ended up going with this yellow color. I almost went with the red because I felt like I never use a bright red siding. I'm not sure. Maybe if I'm building like a barn, I do, but hardly ever do I use like a bright red siding. I hardly ever use the yellow either, but I really liked that on this house. And I thought that sort of like communicated that like fun 7 infant challenge vibe, just that like the unique challenge. Yeah, so then we're going to go ahead and add these columns from Growing Together. I was going to use the Seasons ones, but I just love these new ones from Growing Together so much. So I go ahead and add those, and then we do add those to the actual house itself as well. And then we give the house a little bit of a foundation. I wanted to see just a little bit of the foundation trim Is that what it's called? The the foundation trim. It matches the brick on the rest of the house, and I thought that that was just a nice little detail. So I go ahead and add just a little bit of a foundation there. We also add a fireplace on the other side of the house, not the side we're looking at now, the side we're about to be on. This side right here, we go ahead and add a fireplace. There's sort of a chimney over there, and I add a sort of extension to the chimney. There's actually not a fireplace on the interior of the house, just on the exterior. It looks like there's a fireplace because I felt like this side of the house was just so boring and flat. It just needed a little bump out. And so I decided to go ahead and do this fireplace. And I thought that that fit really well with the exterior, the rest of the exterior look of this house. Those chimneys are also from Growing Together, if you guys haven't seen those before. So yeah, definitely comment below if you guys have also tried the 7 infant challenge, and if you have any tips or tricks for me. I think I'm going to do it today without doing too much research on it. Besides the other YouTube videos that I've watched James Turner's YouTube video, the 7 infant challenge, and I think a little Simsy did one as well. And I did watch that when it first came out. It's been a little while. I don't plan on using a nanny or anything, but I think that both of those people, and those guys are like, like ultra pro simmers. So I'm a little bit intimidated. I don't want to use a nanny or anything. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Hopefully. Anyways, getting back to the build, I am just adding night lights to all of the infant nurseries, the little nooks, and trying to kind of personalize them so that they're all just like a little bit different. I used the same wallpaper, but just different swatches of the same wallpaper. And then I tried to just use different swatches of that nightlight as well. I don't think infants can have nightmares, but I'm not totally sure. And so I thought I better just put this in there just in case. And besides that, it's a nice little piece of sort of decor. It's the only piece of decor. There are 2 infant rooms that don't have a window. And I considered putting in more decor or like, some paintings and stuff like that, or like a mobile or something in those rooms. But I kind of decided against it and thought they were okay for how much the infants might be in there. They may not even be in there. You'll see I have a couple more cribs out in the infant play area. Basically, I just have as many spots as I can all over. Oh my gosh, as I'm sitting here doing this, I'm going, girl, you forgot to put any play mats in here. Oh no. Okay, well, so that's something that you'll definitely want to add. I'm so sorry I forgot that until literally just now. I'll have to do that when I jump in to do the actual 7 infant challenge as well. Sorry, guys. I knew there was something. I'm sitting here going, I even got the outdoor bin. I'm like, I have all the trash cans inside. I have the fire prevention system. I have all the things. And I stinking forgot the play mats. There's always something, isn't there? So yeah, you will have to add the play mats. Apologies again. But yeah, just figuring out the colorway we want to use in the kitchen here. I decided to go with gray because I thought that it matched that sort of stripe along the middle of the wall there on that Parenthood wallpaper. And then using some more Parenthood, some more of the Parenthood pack here with the appliances. And then again, adding some more bins. See guys, I felt like I was thinking of everything. And I also had just this like sneaky feeling that I was forgetting something. And now I'm like, I know what that was. Oh, I'm so annoyed that I forgot that. I really tried my best to think of everything. I can't believe I forgot the flip and play mats. So yeah, go ahead and using that. And then I did use a lot of packs and the decor and stuff. But like I said, for the most part, guys, if you download this house, you should be able to sort of add your own decor to it a little bit with whatever packs you do have. But it'll just make the house less expensive for you as well. If you don't have all of these packs. Like that painting right there was from Strangerville. These ones are from the Dream Home Decorator Kit. These little cupcakes, which I thought were really cute in a house like this. And those look like they're from Eco Lifestyle, those curtains, those red ones. So yeah, and then these are from the new kit. These paintings are from the basement kit. And that's Growing Together. So yeah, like I said, a lot of packs in the decor and stuff, but the main portion of the house is mostly Seasons, Growing Together, and then just Base Game. So yeah, you should really be mostly okay. You might have to replace the wallpaper. It would probably be one of the most annoying things if you don't have Parenthood. But I kind of assume people who have Growing Together and Seasons will also have Parenthood. I feel like that's like a super good pack. I feel like most people have that one. So yeah, I definitely did. I thought about packs in this, but I also just like wanted to have fun for myself in building this, since I am going to use this for my own challenge. And then yeah, the caregiver's room, I decided to go super grungy with. They even have like moldy wallpaper. It's just like so nasty in there. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe you guys don't really want the caregiver to have such a sick room. And not sick as in cool, sick as in nasty. Yeah, you guys could go ahead and change that out too. If you guys do change and re-upload this build, I would love for you to tag me hashtag cereal simmer so that I can see what you guys do with it. Maybe post a little description of how you use the house, or if you already did the challenge, how it went for you. If you have any tips or tricks, those would always be welcome and fun to see. I may do this challenge again, and I was thinking actually of using the infants in this after they age up into toddlers to do the the 7 toddler challenge with them as well. And then here in the kitchen, I decided to put in 2 dishwashers. Hoping that just kind of helps with the mess if one is already going. I know they're pretty quick, but I just have a feeling we're going to have a lot of mess, a lot of dishes. So I wanted to add as much as I could to sort of alleviate that. And then, yeah, I just decided to add like a little knitting thing. Not that will necessarily get used. That was mostly like a decor piece, sort of for storytelling. And then these I'll probably end up replacing with the play mats. I'm just sitting here so annoyed with myself for forgetting these play mats. But I did put in that sort of more commercial changing table there on the wall, just because I liked that it folded up and was a little more out of the way. But yeah, so we're about to get into landscaping the exterior of the house here, which was kind of interesting. I was going to maybe use a lot of debug just to make the house less expensive. And then I decided, let's just go for it. We'll just use free real estate. So that was kind of the idea. The idea isn't really a rags to riches challenge anyway. So I thought, if you're going to do this challenge, you're not really worrying about money and bills and stuff. Oh, I love these wonky hedges on the exterior, like how one side it's like sort of asymmetrical, how one side is like smaller and the other side is larger. I don't know. That's probably going to bug some people. And I remember thinking that when I was putting them in, but I actually really liked the way that it looked. I thought that it was, like I said, kind of wonky and sort of fit the house. Since this is kind of like a weird wonky challenge. Yeah, so the landscaping, I ended up using a lot of, or taking a lot of inspiration from the world around us. So lots of these low-lying flowers and hedges and hydrangeas. Lots of sort of trees that are like really lush. I find Willow Creek to be a pretty lush world. So I usually do quite a lot of greenery, quite a lot of landscaping. So yeah, then I just tried to add in a little bit of terrain paint to try to make things a little bit more dimensional. I've been having a glitch though when I've been placing my houses that my terrain paint is deleted. So I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't happen to you guys when you place this house, but if that does, I'm really sorry. There's not really anything I can do about that. I wish that I could try to prevent that for you. Then just matching this front pathway to the other houses and also the brick on the front step there. And yeah, this is the house, guys. We're pretty much done. I actually really love the way this house turned out. And I hope you do too. If you do use this house and re-upload it, go ahead and tag me as Cereal Simmer. And then, yeah, just showing you guys the traits that I picked for the house right there. And that's it, guys. We're just going to kind of look at the floor plan again here. So you've got your entryway here that is baby gated off, but we do have an entryway with sort of like a messy drop zone, some decor, and then a very small table. I do have a feeling that during the actual challenge itself, I'll delete that, but just for the purposes of the speed build, I felt like it really needed a dining room. And then we've got like a bookcase and more clutter, more mess. We have that cup that has like coffee that's kind of spilling out of it. The cupcakes on the wall, I just like love that. And all of the kids' decor, the kids' arts and crafts, even though they're infants, I felt like just having tons of kids' stuff really fit and like looked really cute in this house. I really like the bathtubs that I used as well with the fun elephant shower curtain. And I did at the very end of this have one of my Sims go ahead and play test this, and I changed out all of those light fixtures so they're not the large light fixtures, they are the small ones, so they're not as obstructive and annoying as they are right here. And I also had my Sim upgrade all of the baby cribs. So I think every single one except for the ones in the play area have been upgraded to have the mobile. And then I also upgraded this changing table in this baby nursery room. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I hope you like this house, and I hope you have fun playing the 7 Infant Challenge if you do. Yeah, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already, like this video if you did make it this far, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys!